Hello my friends and welcome to the Dan Edwards Show. I am of course Dan Edwards. On today's episode we'll be taking a look back at the action from this past weekend here at House of Pain Wrestling, and we're kicking things off with Friday the 29th of November as House of Pain held its first ever over 18 show live from the old Cold Store. We had a special guest host for the show from the show Shooting Stars. It was Angelus Epithemou. The action kicked off with a singles match as it was the Money Mogul Sash going one-on-one with one half of the Badly Dressed Boys, Davey Thompson. This was a back and forth match that eventually saw Sash shoving Davey throat first into the ropes, then hitting a huge jumping neckbreaker to pin Davey and pick up the win. The House of Pain Full Throttle Championship was on the line next in a fatal four-way match, which saw the champion LJ Heron defending the title against Brandon Brooks, Mike Angelo and Pinky the Pirate. Towards the end of the match, Pinky hit a 619 onto LJ, then climbed up to the top rope and hit a cross body, but LJ managed to roll through and get Pinky in a pinning predicament, meaning that LJ Heron retained the Full Throttle Championship. Up next, it was a first for House of Pain as we had a football rules match as the last true hooligan Ruddy, representing Derby County, took on the OG of the HOP, Jaden Law, representing Nottingham Forest. The rules of this match are not easy to explain, so we'll just say it included handballs, VAR technology and a linesman on the apron. Towards the end of the match, Jaden went for a jumping knee on to Ruddy, but he avoided this and Jaden hit the linesman, knocking him off the apron. As the referee was checking on the linesman, Ruddy hit Jaden with a low blow, which allowed him to pin him and pick up the win. It was tag team action next as the Bullhammer Kyle Crimson teamed up with the Tribal Beef Grayson Clay to take on the team of Untouchable Brad Matthews and the King Freak Alton Thorne. Just a few minutes into the match, the referee threw the match out as a double disqualification, but Angelus Epithemou came out and restarted the match, but this time with no disqualifications. These four went to war with each other and we saw steel chairs, baking trays, a bowling ball and a bag of nettles, and we even saw Brad Matthews getting busted open. Towards the end of the match, Brad was setting Grayson Clay up for a pedigree, but Kyle Crimson shoved the nettles into Brad's eyes, blinding him, which then allowed Grayson Clay to hit the fairy tale ending and pin Brad Matthews. It was six-man tag team action next as the House of Pain tag team champions Big Man Inc. teamed up with Matlock to take on the Powerhouse Punk, Mikey McLovin, Kobe Woods and Alex Rue. During the match, Big Man Inc., Mikey and Alex all got into a fight and ended up fighting to the backstage area, leaving Kobe Woods and Matlock in the ring. Kobe looked to be ready to win the match as he went for his Kobe cutter, but Matlock booted him out of midair, followed this up with a Vader bomb to pin Kobe Woods, picking up the win for the team. In the main event of the night, the House of Pain Heavyweight Championship was on the line as Oscar Prospero challenged Joey Slade for the title. Before the match could begin, Oscar said that he did not trust TJ Dean as the referee for the match and demanded a new referee. This is when Angelos Epithemou came back out wearing a referee shirt and declared that he would referee the match. However, he didn't really understand the rules of wrestling, so we had a very chaotic match with both Joey and Oscar having to tell him when to count pinfalls. Towards the end of the match, Oscar was getting frustrated with the poor officiating, in his words, and got into Angelos's face. He then pulled a hammer out of his carrier bag and threatened Oscar, and this allowed Joey enough time to recover, hit and eat defeat on to Oscar. Follow this up with a huge lariat. He then instructed Angelos to count the pin, and it was Joey Slade retaining the House of Pain Heavyweight Championship. Moving on to St. Anne's now on Saturday the 30th of November. As the show was beginning, House of Pain's newest signee, Razor Johnson, came out to the ring to introduce himself to the House of Pain fans and see if there was anyone in House of Pain who was worthy of taking on the Super Duper Star. We then moved on to our opening contest, which was a triple threat full throttle rules match, meaning there was an 8-minute time limit. The participants were Sketch, the King of Steel Mike Angelo, and the Screwdriver Zach Roberts. Towards the end of the match, Zach locked Mike in a figure 4 leg lock, and as Sketch went to break this up, Zach sat up and Sketch missed him with an elbow drop. Zach then also locked in an armbar onto Sketch, and both Sketch and Mike Angelo tapped out, meaning the winner by submission was Zach Roberts. It was tag team action next as the Skegness sexy boy Owen Ocean was teaming up with me, and I was accompanied by my new protege, Mr. Instagram Nate Ajax. We were taking on the team of the Stormbreaker Marley Hayden and Adam Hancock, who were accompanied by Zach Davey. Towards the end of the match, Marley was trying to set me up for his shell shot finishing move, but Owen broke this up. This is when Adam fought Owen to the backstage area and Marley tried to set me up for shell shot once again. This is where Nate Ajax entered the ring and distracted Marley, but Zach Davey came in the ring, grabbed me, threw me back to Marley, and he lifted me up for shell shot once again. This is where my plan came together, and Zach Davey hit Marley with a low blow, which allowed me to hit the like and subscribe and pin Marley Hayden, and I celebrated with my two new proteges, Nate Ajax and Zach Davey. As the next match was being announced, the Super Duper Star Razor Johnson came back out to the ring and said that so far tonight he has not seen anybody that is worthy of facing him. This then led into a tag team match as 2/3 of Cerberus, Dolly Dharma and the Imperial Dragon were in tag team action, taking on Cody Woods, and his partner was scheduled to be Zach Davey, but Cody wasn't sure that Zach would still be teaming with him. This is where I came back out to the ring and informed Cody that Zach will still be his partner, and I introduced Zach to the ring. Zach said he was starting the match and entered the ring, but as soon as the bell rang, Zach tagged out. Cody was then trying to put up a fight against Cerberus, and Zach was just having a great time with me and Nate. We were taking selfies and just having all sorts of fun at ringside. As Cody managed to fight back, he went to tag Zach towards the end of the match, but Zach just jumped down off the apron. This is where Cerberus finished Cody off with a full Nelson Slam super kick combo, with Dolly pinning Cody. The Bull Ring came to the ring next, and Kyle Crimson invited Joseph Starr to the ring. Joe came out and Kyle challenged him to face both of his proteges, Josh Fenrir and Xander Scott, in a match. Joe said this won't be a problem as he had not come alone, and introduced his tag team partner, Untouchable Brad Matthews. After one hell of a hard-hitting match, it was Joe hitting his jumping DDT to pin Xander Scott and continue his winning ways en route to his shot at Kyle Crimson and the House of Pain Heritage Championship. Razor Johnson came back out to the ring next and said that nobody in House of Pain is worthy of facing the Super Duper Star, and then demanded that the ring announcer Carl kiss his foot. This is when the Screwdriver Zach Roberts came out to the ring and said that although he's already had a match tonight, he is more than happy to shut up Razor Johnson by beating him in the ring right there and then. So we officially had the in-ring debut of the Super Duper Star. This was a back and forth match with both men looking impressive, but towards the end of the match, Zach went for a super kick. Razor managed to avoid this, but then exited the ring and left ringside. So the winner of the match via countout was Zach Roberts. In the main event of the night, it was 6-man tag team action as the Black Sheep of the Nice Guy Will Roberts, the Monster Rayner, and Big Mike Wild took on the team of the Powerhouse Punk, Mikey McLovin, the House of Pain Full Throttle Champion LJ Heron, and the House of Pain Heavyweight Champion Joey Slade. After one hell of a match, it was Big Mike Wild hitting his Wild Ride Crucifix Powerbomb onto Joey to pin the House of Pain Heavyweight Champion. Has Big Mike Wild just earned himself a shot at the Heavyweight Championship? Well, that is all I do have time for today, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time right here on the Dan Edwards Show.